I'm going to show you what white privilege looks like, because a lot of people think it's an advantage. White privilege is the benefit of getting to start at zero. If you're on this starting line with me and Q and everybody else, you're going to move back 1 yard. That's 3 feet. If you or people in your family have had to deal with the after effects of slavery, so that's me and Q taking some steps back, really everybody black, taking some steps back. Okay. Take another yard back if you're dealing with the residual effects of the black codes, meaning that the economic advancement that could have turned into some success, early success for your lineage, never made its way to you. If, people have been imprisoned unfairly based on rules, people didn't get to vote and shape the political climate of their day to have a ripple effect, to have more representation for you at every different point in society, step back another yard. Okay. That includes me and Q and everybody that looks like us, our children, our grandmas, and everybody in our families. Another 3 steps back, if you have ancestors from the Jim Crow South that didn't get a chance to represent positive representations of you and your people in society, that allowed a racist society to perpetuate, and then those people's children and children and children, and then you also live in a climate where a lot of that still exists. Take 3 steps back. If your people have ever been subjected to large-scale land theft, take 3 steps back. That includes our Native American brothers and sisters, and on, right? If your people were exempt from the New Deal, take 3 steps back. If your people were treated unfairly with the distribution of GI benefits, World War II, take 3 steps back. If your people were subjected to bank theft, white people stealing money from black people en masse, large scale, that prevented advancement, take 3 steps back. I'm not even close to done. Q mentioned redlining. If redlining has affected the schools that your children can go to, the schools that you were able to go to, if the ripple effects of redlining have affected your community, take 3 more steps back. If the attitudes that have shaped all of these outcomes have infiltrated their way into the criminal justice system, let's say policing, for instance, take 3 steps back. If the police treat you unfairly, I personally, Ramses Ja Rudy King Taylor II, knows, based on my personal lived experience, because these eyes have seen it time and again, that is true. I got to take 3 more steps back. Q, I know the same is true for you. We can talk about judicial sentencing. Indeed, the entirety of the carceral system. The criminalization of drugs. Drugs is not a health issue if you're black. It's a health issue if you're white. Oh, let's get them into rehab. Let's get them sober. But the war on drugs, the crack epidemic, nope. That's a criminal issue. These are criminals. We're going to put them in prison. We're not going to help them. They're black. 3 steps back. I'm from Compton. In the 80s, I seen it. No war on poverty, a war on drugs. Housing discrimination. I'm not just talking about the valuation of your house. I'm talking about, can you rent a house, to have an address, to have a job? Does this affect your community or you personally? Take 3 steps back. And granted, not all of these things are going to affect all black people.
I think everything you said so far would.
Okay, well then allow me to continue, because this next one has a better chance of that. Environmental racism. Environmental racism means that businesses can pollute on this side of town, but they can't pollute on that side of town. That's the long and the short of it. And that's a real thing. Google it. I don't have time to explain it because I only have a few more seconds. But if that affects you or people in your community, healthcare outcomes, et cetera, take 3 more steps back. Now, we all get to run toward that finish line. But there's a lot of us that are way back there trying to run for that finish line. A lot of people got to run a lot harder and they'll never make it. And this, I hope, better illuminates the concept of DE&I and why it's necessary, the concept of white privilege, and helps further cement what I was trying to make as a point.